Can you identify the illustrator of this book by looking at just this one illustration? Hi, my name is Shelby Makovic, and today I'm going to be doing my author-illustrator study over, as many of you probably knew, Eric Carle. He is a very famous author and illustrator, and his illustrations are what people are drawn to. Most of you probably knew that this was Eric Carle just because they are so distinct and known by everyone, and they are all similar. I have a couple of his illustrations, but they are all very colorful, and I will get to that in just a moment. But Eric Carle was born in 1929 in New York, and then when he was 6 years old, his family moved back to Germany, where they were from, and he continued school and worked for the German government, digging trenches for the soldiers back for World War II. And that was a very sad time of his life. Not enjoyable. It was sad to see the impacts of the war, and a lot of times he just reminisced on his life back when he was younger in New York. So in 1952 he did move back to New York and worked for the New York Times as a graphic designer. He eventually got asked to illustrate the story Brown Bear, What Do You See? And that is what skyrocketed and took his career off and launched it. It was his first illustration, and he continued to illustrate, and then he started writing books. So a couple of his books that he has written, is the few that I have, are The Mix-Up Chameleon, A Home for Hermit Crab, and the one I will be reading in just a little bit, Does a Kangaroo Have a Mother Too? A couple of his famous ones are The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and one that I remember is Brown Bear, What Do You See? From when I was a child. His illustrations are what makes him so unique to the world of children's literature. He takes little small pieces of tissue paper and puts them together, and he hand paints each one. So his colors are very unique and personalized to the story. And he layers them on top of each other until he finds what looks good, and that's how he creates his illustrations. So it's a very unique way, and I feel like if anybody tried to become famous for doing the same thing, they would kind of be frowned upon, because you can't get any better than Eric Carle, is what I would think some people think. So an interesting fact is that The Very Hungry Caterpillar has been translated into more than 50 languages around the world, and that kind of speaks for itself as to how big of an impact Eric Carle has on this world. 50 languages, that is crazy to me. And all of his books have life lessons about the transition. He really wanted to, touch those lives of the kids that are transitioning from home life to school life. So very, very early childhood is what most of his books are geared towards. And his most prestigious award that I have found is the Laura Ingalls Wilder Award. He got that in 2002, and since 1954 there have been, I want to say, 10 to 15 awards given out. So very, very prestigious, very unique to be able to get that award, and it proves how tremendous of a writer and illustrator he is. So in conclusion, his stories his illustrations and his writing is very popular in the world, and he has made such a big impact on the world in children's literature. So I will go ahead and read a story of his, Does a Kangaroo Have a Mother Too? Does a kangaroo have a mother too? Yes, a kangaroo has a mother, just like me and you. Does a lion have a mother too? Yes, a lion has a mother, just like me and you. Does a giraffe have a mother too? Yes, a giraffe has a mother too, just like me and you. Does a penguin have a mother too? Yes, a penguin has a mother, just like me and you. Does a swan have a mother too? Yes, a swan has a mother, just like me and you. Does a fox have a mother too? Yes, a fox has a mother, just like me and you. Does a dolphin have a mother too? Yes, a dolphin has a mother, just like me and you. Does a sheep have a mother too? Yes, a sheep has a mother, just like me and you. Does a bear have a mother too? Yes, a bear has a mother, just like me and you. Does an elephant have a mother too? Yes, an elephant has a mother, just like me and you. Does a monkey have a mother too? Yes, a monkey has a mother, just like me and you. And do animal mothers love their babies? Yes, yes, of course they do. Animal mothers love their babies just as yours loves you. And then it has that background again. So this lesson, so say children, kindergartners, just started school and, they're very homesick and are always thinking about being back home and really they have to stay at school. This book relates to home life and school life. It kind of connects the two. All people have mothers. All animals have mothers. And yes, their mothers love them. And so that's just an example of a lesson that book teaches. So for an activity that I thought would be fun for children to create, and I'm sure it's very popular, but since his illustrations are so unique, I thought it'd be fun to recreate them in my class. So I would take a bunch of tissue paper and cut them into little, probably like 1 inch by 1 inch squares, and of all different colors, black, brown, you name it, any color, all different colors of pinks, all different purples, and put them in a bucket for each table to use. And I would just have the kids pick an animal, and I would hopefully have stencils of animal outlines, and I would have them trace that with their pencil, and then go ahead and layer the tissue paper and glue it on, just as Carle would. And then put some googly eyes on each character. And say I read Does Kangaroo Have a Mother Too to them, I would go ahead and have them do a mother and a little baby kangaroo or whatever animal they chose. So that would be the activity that I would do with them. And again, I just want to emphasize how much of an impact Carle has on the world and on my life. And hopefully, when I become a mother, I will be able to have a collection of all his books. And in my classroom, I think it'd be awesome. In the kindergarten classroom, I want to be a kindergartner teacher. I would like to have an Carle little section in my classroom for kids to go and read books to each other once they start learning how to read, and just help them to get inspired by Carle's illustrations and his books, help them to get inspired to become a great reader. So thanks for listening.